Namaskar, Abhishek, once again with a new episode in the series called Unlocking Stars with Abhishek. Unlocking Stars with Abhishek is a series on Brihat Hora Shastra. Brihat Hora Shastra, in short, BPHS, is one of the most authentic, one of the most fundamental, one of the most genuine Vedic scriptures available on Vedic Hindu astrology, revealed by one of the Pravartak of this great divine science, Maharshi Parashar himself. This great treatise is in the form of discourse, is in the form of discussion between great Guru, Maharshi Parashar, and his beloved student, Maitreya. Through this series, Unlocking Stars with Abhishek, we are giving our humble and respectful tribute in the lotus feet of Mahaguru Maharshi Parashar through the recitation and commentary on word by word basis with this BPHS. Today, Maharshi Parashar is moving forward in the chapter of Gulika Phal, chapter 26. He will reveal Gulika Phal, Mandi Phal today. When Gulik is in different houses, he has just blessed us about the Upketu, when Upketu in the different houses. In this way, he has completed all the first group, Dhumadi Upgraha, in the different houses. Today, he is in the second group, and his focus is on Gulik. He will reveal related to Gulik. He is not going to provide any classical revelation for others, like Kalvela of sun, or Yam Ghantaka of Jupiter, or Ardha Prahar of Mercury. He is not going to provide house-wise revelation, although they are malefics. He will provide Gulik in different houses. Why he is giving that much importance to Gulik? That we will understand, that we can understand when we go through the one of the prayer of Grah Devtas, which I can recall at the moment for you, that can shed some light on the importance of Gulik. I will try. Let us come along with me and bow down to Grah Devata, as our great Acharya did. आधारे प्रथमे सहस्रकिरणं तारावधं स्वाश्रये माहेयं मणिपूरके हृदये बुधं कंठे च वाचस्पतिं भ्रूमध्ये भृङ्गुनन्दनं दिनमनेह पुत्रं त्रिकूटस्थले नाडीं मसूराहु केतु गुलिका नित्यं नमाम्यामुथे. The great Acharya is saying, I bow down to sun in the Muladhara. I bow down to Chandra in the Swadhisthana. I bow down to Mars in the Manipur chakra. And I bow down to Mercury in Anahat chakra. I bow down to Brihaspati in the Visuddhi. I bow down to Shukra, Venus in the Agya chakra. And I bow down to the great Saturn in the Sahasrara. And after that, Acharya is adding, apart from these chakras, I bow down to Rahu and Ketu and Gulik, who reside on all the nadi, all the nari of the 72,000 naris. Marmasthan, he's talking like that. And he's bowing down and he's saying, this Graha Devata, starting from the sun to Rahu Ketu, and added Gulik also, give us longevity. So you can understand in this prayer how our great Acharya keeping Gulik at the par with the 9 planets. So this is giving you understanding of the importance of the Gulik in the Hora Skand. That's why Maharshi is coming up with this Gulik Phal. That's very important to analyze, house-wise basis. That's why Maharshi come like that. Hope you understand. As usual, before moving forward, before following the footprints of Mahaguru, before emerging in the Guru Mahavakya, before dive downing in the Parashara Mahakathan, as usual, we will go and pray Jagat Guru, Adi Guru, Guru of the Guru, Lord of the Lord, Dev of the Dev, Sri Mahadev first. Let's come along. तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात्. Jai Gurudev. Har Har Mahadev. After paying our humble tribute, humble prayer in the lotus feet of Sri Mahadev, we are now ready to enter into the Mahaguru Parashara Mahakathan related to Gulik Phal. Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara now going to bless us 12 verses. Each verse is dedicated to one house when Gulik is posited there. So let's immerse in the first verse, verse number 62, when Gulik Mandi is in first house, is in ascendant house. Let's come and imagine it. Gulika Phala Rogartaha Satatam Kami Papatmadhi Gataha Sataha Tanuaste Gulike Jataha Khalbhavo Ati Dukhitaha. This is the revelation of Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara when the Gulik is in the Lagna Bhav. He is providing us the possibilities of static promises in the chart. First possibility is Rogi, native can be sickly. And Satatam Kami, very lusty, always lusty, mind is full of lust. And he is a Papatma, he is a Papi, follower of bad path. and he's a sat, indisciplined, rule breaker. So, and having khala swabhav, dusht swabhav, cruel by nature, and he is ati dukhitaha. He is very, very unhappy. He is in sorrow, ati sorrow, severe unhappiness is around him all the time. So that is the revelation of Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar. The great Guru is revealing when Gulik is the Upgraha of Saturn. He came out from Saturn himself. There is a story in Sangita how he came up from Ravan is in the center of this story. So I am not crossing the boundary of Hora, and at the same time, the calculation is under the limit of the Siddhanta. I'm not crossing the boundary of Siddhanta. I'm giving this tribute in the discipline of the Hora Skandha. That's why I am coming up with the classical Parasari principle at the moment only. Now Gulik, this great Upgrah of Shanidev, is going to second house, Dhanbhav. Then Maharishi is revealing great Parasari principle through the verse number 63. Let's immerse in the verse first. Then we will try to understand what Maharishi is talking about. Let's come. Vikrito dukhitaha chudro vyasani chagatatrapaha dhanaste gulike jate niswaso bhavati manavaha. Now this Gulik is in second house. It is in Dhan Bhav, it is in Kutum Bhav. So first thing Maharshi is indicating it's a vikrito, deformed body. Maharshi is indicating towards the disabilities. And then dukhitaha, sorrowful, very sorrowful. And very low level persons, Shudra. Vyasani, he is addicted of bad habits. Gatrapaha, he is a shameless character. And in the Dhanbhav, Gulik is destroying all the wealth and he become poor man, nirdhan. This is the Gulik. How Gulik is destroying the Dhanbhav and Kutumbhav here. Maharishi is indicating. Maharishi is revealing that one. This is a classical Parasari principle when Gulik is in the second house. Now this great Upgrah is going to be posited in the third house. And now Maharishi is revealing classical technique through verse number 64. Let's come and dive down into it. Charvango gram paha पुण्य संयुतः सज्जन प्रियः सहजे गुलिके जातो मानवो राजपूजितः. Now this Gulik, this Mandi, is in Sahaj Bhav, house of sibling, house of Parakarm, house of valor, house of courage. Gulik is sitting there. This Malefic is sitting there. Malefic is in the third house here. The great Malefic is here. So he is saying, Char Vango, Sundar Sarir, very beautiful body parts. Gram Paha, he is the head of the village, owner of the village, and Punya Sanyukta, he is a Punyavan, doing good deeds. Sajjan Priya, good people loves him because he is a good man. He is a Punnatma. He is the owner of the village. He is a very smart and beautiful. That's why Sajjan Priya also it is coming. It is coming. And then Raj Pujitaha, authority, government, king will give him respect. Raj Pujita. So how Gulik is behaving in third house according to Maharshi Parasar? This is the revelation of Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar when Gulik is in the third house. It's a very good placement according to Mahaguru because this malefic Lord is good in third house according to Great Guru. Now Great Guru is moving forward and taking this great Upgraha Devata Gulik in the Sukha. So he is coming in the Sukha. Rogi Sukha Parityaktaha Sada Bhavati Papakrita Gulike Sukh Pavaste Vat Pitadhiko Bhave. So now Gulik is in the Sukh Bhav in fourth house. Gulik is in the fourth house. First possibility Maharshi is talking about is the Rogi, possibility of having infected by diseases. Native is a sickly person, encountering, facing, suffering from diseases. Sukh parityaktaha. So there is lack of happiness in his life. And then papakrita. He is doer of bad deeds. He is not doer of very good karmas. And then Vat Pita Dhiko Bhavet. There is a roga related to the Vat and Pit. Vat, Pit and Vat related rog. There is a possibility. This type of rog can catch Natik. This is the revelation of Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar if the Gulik in the fourth house. He is not celebrating. He is not giving auspicious. He is not seeing. He is not revealing auspicious results here. Possibility of auspicious results here. He is talking like a rogi. He is talking like lack of happiness. He is talking like doer of bad karmas. He is talking like having possibility of diseases related to Vat and Pitta. Now, Maharshi Parasar is taking, Great Guru is taking this Gulik in the Sutbha, in the fifth house. Now Gulik is going to fifth house. Fifth house, how Gulik will behave in fifth house. Maharshi is revealing great classical technique through verse number 66. Let's come along. Let's immerse in the verse first. Vistutir vidhano alpayur dvesi Shudro napunsakaha Gulike sut bhavasthe Istrijito nastiko bhave. Fifth house is one of the Dhantriku, Purva, Punya, Karma. That is also significations. Now Gulik is there. So how Gulik is behaving? Gulik is making this native Nindak. This is a backbiter, talking about bad for others. And that native is a poor also, Nirdhan also, and having Alpa Buddhi. This is the house of the Buddhi. Gulik is there, destroying that signification. He's Alpa Buddhi, not very intelligent person. And Dwesi also. He's a Dwesi also. Even Maharshi is saying it's a Shudro. It's a very low level, lowerly people by action. And then Napunsak, he's a impotent. viraheen, not having ability to produce progeny, and there is a possibility of istri jito. Maybe he will be in control of women, control of wife, and he's a Gnostic, he's a non-believer, not believing in any god. That is Gulik. That is Gulik in the fifth house. It's reducing longevity also sometimes. That is the revelation of Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara or Gulik in the fifth house. Now, this Gulik is going to sixth house. Sixth house is a trick house. Sixth house is a trick house, malefic house. In third house, Gulik was good. Now you can test the same flavor, similar flavor. Gulik will do better in sixth house. Let's imagine the verse through verse number 67. Maharshi is blessing us classical technique when Gulik is in the Ripu Asthan, is in the Aribhav, is in the house of disease, house of enemy, sixth house. Let's imagine the verse first. Vit satruha supustanga go Ripuasthane yamatmaje Sudiptaha sammataha istrinam sot saha sudridho. He is referring Gulik here, Yamatmaje, Yam Atmaje. He is referring Shanidev like a Yam. He's a natural, unconditional Marak, behaving like a Yam. Although he is brother of Yam too. So the son of Yama, like son of Shanidev here, he is talking about the Gulik. So when that Yam Atmas is in the Ripu Asthan, then there is a possibility he is a Satruheen. There is no enemy. No enemy can stand in front of him. No enemy. His body, very solid, very strong body, Supustango, very solid. And he is a Tejasvi, Sudiptaha, very Tejasvi. His aura is an excellent radiance. The aura is coming. And then some mataha istriyanam. So he is beloved by istri, loved by women, and very utsahi, very enthusiastic all the time, ready to do something. But he is very sthir, very focused and concentrated mind he got. And he will work for here the hita, loko upkar, for the welfare of the people, welfare of the society. So this is Gulik. Very good, excellent placement in sixth house, according to Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. Now Mahaguru is blessing us when Gulik is in the seventh house, and he is revealing the classical principle through verse number 68. Istri jitaha pap kricharaha krisango gatso kridaha jivitaha istridhanen naiva gulike saptam isthite. Now Gulik is in the saptam bhav, istri jita, in the control of women, in the vas of women. And he is a pap krit jaraha. So he is a papi. He is a doer of wrong deeds. He is a papi. And Krisango, very big body, not an excellent body, very big, very thin body, big body he got. Durbal Sharir he got. And Gat saw Hridaya, so lack of good friend also, and he might be live on the earnings, on the wealth, on the money of his women only. Is Stri Dhanena Naiva. Jivitaha Stri Dhanena Naiva. So his life is on his women's dhan. So this is Gulik. He is living on women's money. So he is under the control of women also. He is a very weak. He doesn't have any friend also, good friend also, and he's a doer of wrong deeds. So this is the possibilities when Gulik in the seventh house, according to Mahaguru Maharshi. Now the great Guru is taking this great Upgrah, Gulik, in the next house, that is the Randra Asthan, Mritu Asthan, that is the eighth house. Now Gulik is coming to eighth house. Shudha Dukhiha Dukhitaha Krurastikchnaroso Ati Nigrinaha Randrage Gulike Niswavo Jayate Gunvarjitaha. Now Gulik is in the eighth house. So Shudha, he's starving. He's unhappy due to a starving. It's a very strange and very painful situation. And then he's dukhi, he's a sorrowful, he is not getting any happiness anywhere. He's a cruel also. And he's a cruel and he's a cruel and poor also. And he has strange diseases, very hard to diagnose. And he doesn't have any qualities. Gun Varjita. So this is the Gulik, having not any sort of noticeable virtue, so that this native can have some worth. So this is the Gulik in the Randra Bhav, according to Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. Now the great Guru is taking this Gulik, this Upgraha Mandi, in the next house, that is the ninth house, Dharma Bhav, Navam Bhav. Let's emerge in the verse number 70. Bahu klesaha krisatanur dusta karmarati nigrinaha Gulike dharmage mandaha pi suno vahira kritaha. So now Gulik is in the Dharma Bhav. Bahu klesa, several problems, a lot of problems in the life, lots of miseries, and then Krishatanu, so weak body, thin body, very weak body. Kukarmi, he is doer of wrong deeds, and Nirdai also, he is a cruel man, and then he's a backbiter also, doing backbiting. This sort of thing is also coming when Gulik is in the Dharma Bhav, according to Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. So this malefic planet is in the ninth house. Maharshi is giving these negative traits, possibility of negative attributes in the native. Now Gulik is going to 10th house. The Sambhav, mercy blessing us through the verse number 71. Putranvitaha sukhi bhokta devangayachan devangarchan vatsalaha dasme gulike jato yog dharma sritah sukhi. So in the 10th house, mercy is giving positive result like revelation of possibility of positive results, positive attitudes. The first is putran vitaha, possibility of having son, having progeny. Sukhi, happiness, and the bhokta, he's an enjoyer. He's an enjoyer, and he might be head of his clan. He might be established in his dharma also, and he is happy. Happy is coming two times in this verse. So definitely Mahasi is focusing on he's happy and he's a sarvatra pujyate. So everybody will respect him. Everybody will respect him. So putran vitaha sukhi bhokta devang archana vatsala. So some of the acharyas are coming like that. It's like a devotee of the devatas, and he is doing worshipping of the devata, devoted to devatas, and reflections are coming from some acharyas like he got a small body build, that is also coming like that. Now, so in the 10th house, it's not about the body build. In the 10th house, it's a devotee to the devatas and established in the dharma and sukhi, happy all the time, and possibility of having son, an enjoyer of the whatever wealth he got. Now the great Upgra Devata is going to 11th house. Mercy is taking Gulik in the 11th house in the Lavasthan, and he is blessing classical Parashara principle through the verse number 72. Let's come and immerse in the verse first. Lavhaste Gulike jato नीचांगः सार्वभौमकः नीच कर्माश्रितः पापो नीचा. I have to read again. I missed first line. Sui stri bhogi prajadhyaksho bandhunam chahite ratah लाभास्ते गुलिके जातो नीचांगः सार्वभौमकः सुस्त्री भोगी. Suistri bhogi, he is a suistri bhogi. So he is an enjoyer of good women. Prajadhyaksho, there might be possibility of being head of the praja, head of the clan, head of the people. Bandhu nam cha hite rataha, and always doing welfare of his close, neat and near and dear ones. And Nichango might be having small body build, and he is a very much respected everywhere. Sarvbhaumaka. So that is the Gulik in the 11th house, according to Mahaguru Maharshi Paras. Now Mahaguru is taking this Gulik in the 12th house. Gulik is coming to 12th house, and Maharshi is blessing great classical Parashara technique through verse number 73. Let's come and imagine it. नीच कर्माश्रितः पापो हीनांगो दुर्भगो अलसः व्ययगे गुलिके जातो केसु kurte ratim. Now this Guliki is in the 12th house. So there is a possibility of this native might do very low level work, very low level, not respectful work in the society. He's a papi, he's a doing of the heinous thing, bad things. He now goes, so maybe possibility of loss of limb also. Maybe he's a physically challenged, and he's a bad lucky, no fortune, durbhagya sali. And this native is alsi also, he's a very lazy, and maybe his friendship with very low level people. If Gulik is in the 12th house, according to Mahaguru Maharshi. So Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara is coming like that. When Gulik is in the first house, second house, and so on up to 12th house. These are the high level frameworks set up by Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. When you see Gulik for any natives, where is Gulik is posited, then this classical principle will give you idea that how you think, the direction of thinking that will give you. But the Desh Kal Patra and the correction in context with the modern time, that is very important. That will show you predictive intelligence, how you approach your predictive exercise, your predictive analysis. That's very important. Maharshi will spend another 12 verses for the Pranapada. We will go in that in the next episode. That is part of the Aprakashit Adhyaya only. And then this chapter will be completed. Today, this episode is the 100th episode. It's like a 100th flower in the lotus feet of Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. I pray Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara will bless you. Mahadev, the Jagat Guru, will bless you. And I pray for you and everybody with this prarthana in the end. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya Om Santi 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 Jai Gurudev Har Har Mahadev.